Welcome and thanks for joining us. My guest today is Steve LaFrance, Chief Technology Officer, Public Sector at Verizon. You know, Steve, if you were to grab 10 federal CIOs, and I'm sure they come up with the usual suspects here when it comes to cybersecurity. So when it comes to Verizon, where does the popular ranking organizations like Gartner, Forrester, and IDC talk about security in the world of these managed services?
Yeah, well, certainly from an external perspective, Verizon's very well thought of from a managed security and leaders quadrant. But I think the main reason that we are is because you can't secure what you can't see. And so as we start talking about the evolution to software-defined networks, it's all about getting granular around application performance, but also about what's happening across the network, looking at patterns of behavior, going across the infrastructure is extremely important. So without that level of visibility, what you have is a partial view of potential bad behavior on the network. And so from an expectation perspective, customers now want us to have that deeper view and a richer view. In the past, it was always very much done on a segmented basis. And now security and network operations and application performance all are getting woven together into an as-a-service model, where you need that level of visibility, not only to ensure applications are working, but to ensure that they're secure and protected.
Earlier, we talked about IoT devices, and they're all connecting to commercial networks and federal networks, too. We know that's going to happen. Could this introduce bad actors, and could these malicious actors actually be controlled by the network somehow?
Well, and again, when you look at IoT, the potential for compromise of any enterprise exists. As you start multiplying to the thousands and hundreds of thousands of potential providers and vendors and equipment providers, supply chain management becomes extremely important. So you have to trust who you put on the network to start with, but you have to trust but verify on an ongoing basis. So again, having that layer of visibility into the network is extremely valuable to be able to protect those IoT devices that are brought on board. Because even if you have a trusted provider or partner, there are times that things are compromised, and just like laptops and servers can be compromised.
Does having access to a major chunk of the internet traffic give a large organization like Verizon the ability to respond to these threats?
No, absolutely. The key to, and I said this earlier, is about having visibility. So when you have one of the largest global IP backbones, we do see a lot of things that occur. Some of them we can react to and help with customers, and others we don't react to, really depending on a permissive basis with clients. But it's what allows us to protect from denial of service attacks for our customers, also to ensure content gets delivered to where it needs to get delivered on an endpoint basis. We've got one of the largest content delivery networks in the globe to ensure that everything that needs to get sent is getting sent to our customers.
My guest today, Steve LaFrance, Chief Technology Officer, Public Sector, Verizon. I'm your moderator, John Gilroy, on Get Closer to the Mission, Unlocking the Power of the Network, sponsored by Verizon on Federal News Radio, part of the Federal News Network.